Chops Garage is proud to be sponsored by Car Vertical, the largest online database of vehicle information. Do you know the true history of your vehicle? Run a check now. Link in the description down below.
So guys, another one of our BCA buys is in. While I was down at Moores faffing around looking at stuff, this was dropped off. Keys left with them next door, which I do allow them to do because I've never rejected one from them yet. I don't think I'm about to anytime soon. I don't think it'd be worth the effort. So we've got the Kia Rio in, and I'm pleased to say I think that BCA have done it again. Now, if you've watched my previous videos, you will see that BCA marked down a Kia Rio as a grade 5. And when I went to pick it up with Adrian, this was a while back now, the car was nigh on mint. And so far, from a look around again on this one, I think they've done the same. I cannot shout loud enough about how great a value these cars are. Another one like the Chevy Spark that people pass by when they're looking for cars. And I think they're brilliant. We've done a number of these on the channel. And touch wood, they've all been pretty bulletproof. We haven't really had any warranty claims on them at all. I know I'm going to jinx myself saying that, but let's have a quick look around it. So it's a 59 plate. I'm not sure whether it's a 2010 or 2009. I'll have to check. We did overpay on this. Like I said, the purpose of the video where I bid on BCA was to show you how crazy the prices are. We've paid £1,866 on this, and I think its retail value is probably 2,795. So after VAT, don't forget you've got to pay VAT on the gross profit. So the difference between what I buy it for and what I sell it for. So on like £800, I lose 160 quid straight away. Got to put a warranty on it. That'll be about 100 quid. And it needs an MOT. The MOT only runs to the end of this month. So new MOT, I could easily wipe out 500 quid. So this is a car that we're not going to be making a lot of money on. But I kind of don't mind because, well, we'll go through the details of it in a minute. I think this is going to make someone an absolutely brilliant car, and it's going to be one I'm going to be very happy to put at the door. For starters, I really like the look. I like this kind of metallic orange. I think it's a really nice looking little car. Again, versus the other stuff you buy at this price point, I think it's a better looking car, and you get so much better specs. So we've got, for starters, we've got metallic paint. Now, yes, the bumper looks slightly shade out, but not massively. And again, you're not going to get paint in a car this age to try and get a perfect paint match. I think that is perfectly acceptable. We've got alloys, and they're not so crazy big. You've got a decent amount of rubber on it, so they ride nice enough. We've got a good tread on that tyre. That should pass MOT okay. Mirror cap's okay. We're not got any damage there. Looking down the side of the car, the only thing I could pick out, really, is a bit of lacquer lifting on the door handles. The rest of the panels, really good. Really good. I think this was a grade 5. Again, I don't think it's grade 5. You wait till we get inside. Again, rear alloy here, no scuffing, no damage to it at all. Pretty much newish tyre there. That'll pass MOT. Going around the back of it, it's a strike. So that's probably why we've got alloys and so forth. The Kia badge has got some lacquer lifting on it. Again, they do genuinely all do that. Even the newer Kias do that. Down this side again, you look straight down the side, it's all really good, no dings or scratches. Actually, there's one little ding just there I've just spotted. Again, you've got a bit of lacquer lifting on the door handles. Oh, I know, sorry, we have got one mark down here, but nothing outrageous. Again, for the age, the alloy's in really good nick, lots of tyre tread. It's going to polish up really nicely. It isn't one to be doing paint on at this price point. No one's going to pay you the kind of money you'd need for it if you started painting everything. That's just the reality, I'm afraid. What have we got here? Well, this one's a new tyre, so maybe they had a puncture or something, but again, the alloy's undamaged. The paintwork is really nice, roof's all straight. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. Condition wise, I think it's going to come up really nicely. Have a look inside. So this is the 1.4 petrol. And again, I love the fact it's just a 1.4 petrol, no turbos, no dual mass flywheels, DPFs, bloody blah. Just a 4-cylinder 1.4 petrol, nice and simple. All round electric windows, so that's a nice bit of kit on a car of this sort of price range. But look at it, the interior is really good. These are proper little 5-seaters as well. You can get the whole family in one of these. The carpets are fantastic. Very little wear on the gear knob, all the plastics are good. We've got air conditioning, auxiliary input with CD player there. So we've got all the basic features you need. Compare this to the Peugeot we were looking at in one of the last videos, but yeah, look at the carpets. Absolutely mint. I say plenty of legroom to get everybody in. The boot, really nice nick, nothing to worry about there. Got a proper full-size spare with the toolkit. That looks like a new tyre on there. Might be swapping that over on the MOT possibly, if needs be. Boot struts are good. Yeah, it's all really good. Hop in a sec. Where's my keys? We've got remote central locking, which is working, and I have 2 keys, which is very rare with them when they get to this age. We've got a second key in here. Loads of paperwork. So like I said, the MOT runs till the end of the month, but the last one was advisory free. No advisories on the MOT. Only 2 owners on the logbook. Now, service history wise, this literally came in 5 minutes ago, so I have had a quick look over. Excuse me if I make any particular mistakes because I haven't looked at it in too much detail. So, body inspection 2011. So, service 2012. Seems to be another one 2012, 2014, 2015, 16, 18, 19, 20. Cam belt and water pump. Now these are cam belt, obviously not chain these. That's the only thing that needs doing on these. So we've had a cam belt 2 years ago. So ideal. Ideal. I think we're just putting an oil and filter service on this. It's not going to be a full service. It's not going to be bad at all. Again, for the age, not bad at all. We've got lots of other receipts in here which I haven't looked through yet. We have all the original handbooks. I just can't get over the condition of everything. It's really good nick. Really good nick. I'm enthusiastic about it, guys, because I don't know why. I like the underdogs. I really do like the underdogs. I know we get some nicer cars on the channel now, but my heart is still in the sort of sub £3 market. I really like helping people that have a limited budget get really good cars. 83,000 miles. We've got a squealing auxiliary belt, so we need to do that. But that's no heartache, is it? That's not too much of a problem. We've got a bit of fuel in it. Idles very nicely. Obviously it's only just started, so it's not warmed up yet. The belt's gone quite quickly there, so that'll idle down a bit. But yeah, no, nice steady idle. All the LCDs are good. So yeah, have a look on the engine bay. I haven't done that yet. There's our USB and auxiliary input as well. So the other thing as well is I'd rather have my daughter in something this size than one of those like 107s or whatever. You just got a lot more car around you, haven't you? I don't know what the actual safety ratings are, the two versus each other, but so we've got a double overhead 16 valve 1.4 unit. Everything under here looks honest and unmucked around with. Let's just put the bonnet brace up a second. So engine oil, I think it might be the belt running the aircon, because that one looks much more worn than this one here. That's the power steering belt, isn't it? So yeah, it looks like the aircon pump belt back there is quite worn, so that'll benefit from change. Engine oil is low. It's at the bottom of the, so it needs a litre of oil. So maybe it hasn't been serviced since that last service 2020. But again, these units are so tough. I've not really heard of any problems with these units at all. The coolant level's where it should be. It's about halfway between low and full. And just from the way the engine sounds, I don't have any concerns about that at all. Obviously we'll give it a full service. Check under the cap. I don't think we're going to have any problems based on the coolant, but no, that's all good. There's not even any sort of condensation from short runs or anything. So I think we're alright. Have a look down the side of the gearbox, look for any leaks. We're looking all dry there. That's encouraging. So yeah, this will all clean up nicely. Right, let's go for a spin. Right, so we just want to get it through the gear, check the clutch, check the brakes. I mean, initial things are the clutch is nice. That's sort of in the middle, so I'm happy with that. No resistance going into the gears, up into fifth straight away, no problem. Brakes, no squealing, no binding, anything like that. Oh. No knocking from the suspension there. The car park's probably a better test for the suspension because we've got more knocks and bangs there, uneven surfaces. Yeah, all seems good. I think a little further. Steering's nice, no kickback, no knocking through that. Like I say, brakes in a straight line, not pulling left or right. Go full lock in the opposite direction now. No knocking, power steering's alright. Great stuff. Happy as Larry with that drive. So as you can tell by now, I'm really pleased with this purchase. It's got a decent service history. It's had the cam belt done on it. The paint works good. Wheels and tyres are good. The interior condition is absolutely bang on, which I so often find. I've not really come across any abused ones of these. They all tend to be quite well looked after. It's a nice looking car. The mileage is reasonable. So I'm really pleased with the buy. Obviously we overpaid for it. Of course we overpaid for it. You know, that was a demonstration of buying it. But in terms of a piece of stock for me, in the current market when I've got so many people asking for £3 cars, this is bang on. So this will go up for probably, well, it might have to be 2,995. Depends what the MOT comes back with. We'll see what I think it's worth 2,995 all day long. All day long for what you get for £3 at the moment. This car, in comparison to a lot of that other stuff, it's equally as good as the i10 we sent out the other day. Sorry, i20 we sent out the other day. You know, and I'd say possibly even a little bit more practical. It's got a little bit more room in it. So yeah, well pleased with that. Comment down below what your thoughts. Perhaps you'll think I'm nuts and it's a pile of old whatever. But how many of you have had any of these? You other dealers, have you had these in? How do you rate them? They're definitely in my top 5 for the sub 3k flip category. But obviously, getting overexcitedness, I'm not a mechanic. I can drive a car and I can hear anything obvious. We've got to get it down, get it checked over, get the MOT done and see what that comes back with. Now, a lot of you give me grief over some of the cars that are sitting around for long periods of time. I'm just going to explain how it works in terms of how I prioritise stuff. Currently, I know there's a lot of people in the market for the 3k category. So that puts this car further up the list. Number 2, I'm not having to do paint work on it. It just needs a good clean. So that moves it further up the list. Once it's MOT, it's going to be ready to go pretty much, because the interior valet is going to take next to nothing. So it's really just an exterior clean. There's really nothing I can do to improve things in here. It's in such good condition. So this kind of moves this almost straight up to the top, because if I can get this down for an MOT straight away, when it comes back, I'll need to spend a couple of hours at most on it. I know that the oil and filter service is something I can do, and again can be done super quickly and easily. So that's why this would bump it up to perhaps something that needed paint or needed a more thorough valet. So just some of you, when you're trying to work out where my logic is with stuff, that'll give you some idea.